Hello and welcome to another ICC Academy webinar. My name is Thomas Paris and I'm Director of Production for the ICC Academy based in Singapore. So before we begin, would you like to say a few words of introduction?
So what's needed for trade going forward? It's important to look beyond the technology. The technology may be a lot more secure, may be a lot cheaper, but that has to be measured against the commercial value.
But let's step aside and let's talk a bit about trade itself. I think trade is in fact on the verge of a major revolution. Yet, from a regulatory perspective, we think trade has only this tiny fraction.
This trade finance gap is primarily in the emerging markets. So
Precisely.
that couples, the problems just get exponentially worse from there.
Yes, exactly.
So what are we looking at in terms of the success of the program for 2017?
So Thomas, the trade finance program reduces market gaps for trade finance by we work with banks exclusively, and we provide loans and guarantees to banks to support trade.
If you think about it, on an annual basis, we move anything between 15 and 18 or 20 trillion dollars worth of goods and merchandise around the world every year, 80% of which roughly is supported by some form of trade financing. That's a pretty impressive number.
Alexander, one question for you specifically on digitization of trade finance. I was reading an article yesterday where they were talking about the idea that for a bank or financial institution to go fully digital for trade finance, that one of the things that would need to happen was that all three pillars of the bank would need to go digital. So that's front, middle, and back office. Do you agree with that? Do you think that all three have to be in the cloud for true digital trade finance to work in a bank?
I get the sense you're trying to get me in trouble in this webinar with these questions, and I'm gonna try not to get caught in that noose, but also try to give a proper response, which is I agree with you.
I think the idea would be to get those perspectives through the webinar. So yeah, if anybody's interested on the topic, absolutely. I mean, the entire reason behind launching the digital course, and to your point, Alexander, we stayed clear of both of those. Actually, we weren't exactly sure which way the wind was blowing, so we actually chose digital trade finance and fintechs. So that way it was a bit safer. But yeah, absolutely. I think the idea would be to bring as many voices around the table. I mean, and again, this discussion we're having now is not representative of ICC or of Opus. I think this is going to be an industry perspective. Okay, this is what this person thinks on the subject. So yeah, I think that's a wonderful idea.
What a beautiful handoff. That was masterfully done.
No problem. And I don't even want this webinar to end because we could find a spot for Pinaki on almost every aspect we're working on.
Pinaki is going to have technical problems in a second.
All these are unintended consequences. I love your, I'm responsible for the words, but Thomas is responsible for the perspective here, and I think he's putting things in a very good perspective.